Hey there, it's Elena Strombo from SodaTutorials.com. Elena is my in-game name, and today I'm down in my basement and I'm very close to the second GM skill I have in my character. A couple videos back I actually GM'd range combat, so my first adventuring or weapons-based skill, and I've been fairly close on carpentry. I do a lot of carpentry work, bows and whatnot, just seem to end up on this table a lot. I think a lot of it's been salvaging actually, and I was around 96 in my carpentry skill. I've gotten up to 90 in salvaging. Most of that has actually been from salvaging, so lots of cobalt hammers, lots of shoddy short bows and war hammers and whatnot, you know, as I've been mining and stuff. And I've eked my way up to 96 with really outgoing full force and just trying to build stuff and get myself up there by crafting. But once I hit 96, I decided, I'm like, oh, let's get it to GM. So I've been doing a lot of salvaging and actually creating of one particular item, maple bindings. Maple bindings require one piece of timber and a couple of pieces of wax, so it's one of the quicker things to make. You can see here I have 1,361 of them right now. So that's I've been making a lot of them. So right now I am literally at the doorstep of getting to my GM skill here. So what I want to do is kind of push through right now in video and do that. But once again, I want to stress, I wouldn't try to get to GMing in your carpentry just by creating stuff. It takes too much resources. Right now to go from 96 to almost to 100, I've probably burned through 3,000 pieces of wood, somewhere around 5,000 or 6,000 pieces of wax. I don't know how much creosote. It's costly. And not to mention the amount of experience I've had to go through. And you can see my pool is pretty low. It's 22,000 right now, 470. I think that's enough to get me there. But yeah, I've been draining it. So I've been having to go out and raise my experience pool by either mining, which is down in Elysium or something. It's about 500 experience per node. Or going back out to Ulfheim, which I made a video on where I GM my range combat. Those bear patriarchs are fantastic because A, they give a lot of adventuring points, but every time you skin them, you kill one and skin it, you get 500 crafting points for that as well. So I spent a lot of time there. So I'm going to keep this over here. I'm going to get up on the table and let's find the binding recipe. Yeah, binding. And here it is, maple binding. So it's 1 timber, 3 wax, and I've gone through a number of rasps as well. So I'm gonna kick that up to 20 and start going through this. So yeah, so salvaging. You know, a lot of people in the beginning get loot from monsters, and they go to the vendor and sell it because they need money. Quickly, you know, once you start getting down on in the game, you won't have to need as much money from selling loot. You'll find it in other ways by selling ore or whatnot. So I would actually, if you're working on carpentry especially, I would, be collecting that loot, saving it up, and just going in salvaging binges. Like literally I'd salvage like 200 items. And, slowly over time, as you go through this, you will get your carpentry up. As I said, I made it up to 96 almost, with almost purely by salvaging. I've done some crafting and stuff, but, nothing major. It's been, that, broke the bank or put me through that level of getting up to 96. Predominantly it's been salvaging, so people underestimate it. It's the cheapest thing to do because you just go out, you kill, you loot. It's free loot at that point. Bring it back and salvage, and you can just get it. And I bounced back and forth. I had this going up and salvaging. I turned this off and I just worked on salvaging, brought it up to 90. Once I got salvaging up to 90, I locked it. It's set just to maintain at 90, and then I started turning around and working back on my GM for there. So it is so slow. I'm watching it. There's this little gap there on the carpentry side. So crossing my fingers, I got 140 timber left, so I can make 140 more maple bindings. So I'm crossing my fingers. There's going to be enough in there. I think personally carpentry is probably the easiest because out of all the loot we get, most of it is actually salvageable on the carpentry table. If you get like swords, rusty daggers, shields and stuff, that can be done on the blacksmithing table, but you definitely don't get as much of that as you do. Because think about mages, you get wands, you get staves, You get bows, all the hammers, war hammers, cobalt hammers, all that stuff. There's so much more that comes off on the carpentry table. And as far as tailoring, even less. I mean, you typically don't get a lot of leather armor or cloth armor or things that you can salvage on the tailoring table. Most of the time I get that stuff is from, breaking up a crate or a barrel. Fishing, you pull it up very often in there. So it's I think on those skills it's definitely going to be a lot harder to, like in tailoring, to do to get that up to GM, because you're going to have to do a lot of it by making stuff. So, and that means you need a lot of cotton. You need a lot of thread and stuff to do it. So you're going to have to be in the agriculture business and either buying a lot of cotton or growing a lot of it itself. So let's see, is it any better? My glasses are off today, so it's close. I don't know. Got 5 more rounds here to go. So, but yeah, I'll be really happy if I can get this one up to my second GM skill and like I said, my first crafting one. So just wanted to get this, once again, capture this moment. First time we can do that in here. After playing since they went to persistence, this has been what, 6 months. People ask, I will get a link to a document. There's a document that talks about all the experience points you need to take a skill from 0 to 100. Most of the skills are about 1.2 million experience points. So what you're looking at here at this 99 something is almost 1.2 million experience point. And I don't get that. Maple bindings, I'm almost a GM carpenter and I only have a 95% chance to make them. And I'm failing on it still. That just seems kind of ridiculous. So still see a gap on there? Yep. Oh, come on. If I don't do this on this one, I have to actually restart the video because I don't want to run out of wood. I'll be really bummed. But you'll never get to see that because I will have wiped the video or not. But this is my first time, so just going to take a little bit of time to get through this. What else on there? You see I've got my masterwork going. This has been a lot of bows and wands. So that's up to 65, and I'm just starting to crack these open down here. Most of it higher, once again, on the ranged weapons. I don't do a lot of carpentry repairs, so that's not that much. I've mainly been doing salvaging in this, and then doing some masterwork. Masterwork's going to be one that's going to be hard to get up there. Once again, a lot of silver. I mean, this just requires wood, but silver's it's a lot of mining or purchasing it, and it's about 5,000 to 6,000 for 100 ore, which will only give you 25 ingots, which is only what, 5 times? You're only masterworking 5 times. I failed again. That's just amazing. I still just stupefied by that. So let's see. We got. Oh, it's closer. I can see it. It's barely there. Hold on 1 second. I'm actually going to turn around and grab my glasses. Alrighty. I can see the line a little better. Most of the general stuff I can see, but I guess I have to step farther away. But that little gap between the edge of the box and the green line there, that's tough for me to see without my glasses. Oh, it just went up just a little bit more. It's like 1 line away. Oh, I've got to get to GM. So, Tuesday night coming on Wednesday. Also getting excited on Thursday this week. R40 is coming out. I'm actually taking that day off from work. I'm going to be doing a bunch of videos on Wednesday night talking about what's coming up in R40. And then once it's released at 10 a.m. Central Time, I will actually start putting out videos. So I know there's some stuff they've already published. My big thing I want to go see are the new mines. Serpent Spine Mine, where I typically go for iron, and Verdantis Mine. They're supposed to be redone, and they're supposed to be beautiful. They look like real mines, all different types of monsters and whatnot. So I'm excited to go in there and take a look and actually get some videos on that as well. I have gone over into the testing server once or twice and saw some previews on it, and it was pretty cool. Can't show anything on that. We are under, if you're in the dev stuff, you still have you sign an agreement that you won't do that, not until it's fully released. So yeah, and plus, when we're seeing it, we still can see some bugs in there and whatnot, so we really just don't, they don't want to show that. So crossing fingers, we got about a day and a half left for to get to R40, and we'll see what some of the new mines. I am kind of worried because Serpent Spine and Verdantis is where we get my iron and my copper. So if they totally changed it and changed it to monsters, that means I've got to figure out my new routine there to figure out how to go get my ore. Oh, it's still there, just one little itty bitty line. Come on. At one point it's going to connect to that gold box, and then it has to go again to actually get past it. I think it bumps up against the box. I don't know what that is, 99.9. Oh, I'll mention this now so I don't have to do it at the end. If you are taking a look and seeing the videos that I have on the channel, I'm on a push right now to try and get subscribers raised up. I'm trying to get up to 100. 100 YouTube allows you to get a custom URL as opposed to going to youtube.com/some crazy thing. You can get something like youtube.com/Elena or Elena Strombo. So I've been a push on it. So if you do like the content that's coming on here, that would be really appreciative if you could subscribe to the channel and help me get up there and show that I'm doing well. But as I said, I'm asking for it, but please only do it if you said you really do like the content on it. So that would be really appreciated. And I apologize for having to ask on that. Once I get past that, I won't. I'll let the people subscribe as they want, but it's just something I'm trying to focus on and get to right now. Oh, another 20. How many bindings I got? There's 70 more. I keep teasing everybody in the guild that I'm selling bindings now. I'm literally going to have like 1,500 maple bindings. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. I know you have to use them on certain items in crafting, so I guess I'll never have to do bindings ever again. But I'm so bored of making them. It's still there, still got a little bit of space. Okay, it's connected. So I see no gap. So the next time, I think when it does bump up, I think I'll make it because I got 70 pieces left. Then I should get to my GM skill. I'm going to move this down a little bit. Now I want to test something on the video here. I know my video up here, the picture of my mug, hides my status bar. I'm going to turn it off for a second. Oh, it's still the frame actually hides it. I wish I could move that over. We'll see a GM in here. Oh, any moment. Yeah, talk about expensive. That literally yesterday I bought 2,000 pieces of maple wood from a vendor in our town, Bay Lunier, from one of the other guild mates. It was 90,000 gold. So I think somewhere in here I've probably spent about 120 to 150,000 gold to get from 96 up to get it to GM. I probably could, if I kept scrapping and salvaging, I probably could have done it in about another month or something. I just wanted to get it done, push it, wanted to get it on video as well. So I made a conscious effort to push through, buy the stuff and push through it. I think the tough part was actually keeping my experience, because right now I'm so low. I'm at like 16,600. Just keeping enough experience in the pool to do this. I kept having to go back out, raise up my experience just to get there. So there it is. On the last piece I did 100. Woohoo! So that is it. So that is I'm a grandmaster now. So that's good. I'm actually going to lock this at this point. You can raise the skill up, and there's houses you can make in the game that require somewhere about 115 in skill. But if you go on an expert crafting table and use a true bronze hammer, carpentry hammer, you can get 115 skill and do that. The main reason I wanted to get to the Grandmaster is not just because, well, it's cool, you're Grandmaster on that. I've got my second one on there. The main reason is also in the guild with people. If people party up with me and are working their carpentry skill while I'm in the party, they're going to get a bonus and actually get extra experience because they're basically an apprentice to a Grandmaster. So that works out really well. So if you're doing a crafting party, you've got Grandmasters in the party, the people who are working the skill will actually gain a little bit faster because they have a Grandmaster in there. So it was also something I wanted to do from a guild and kind of a partying perspective. So that was it. So yeah, I'm completely happy. I've been at this to get this last from 99 to 100, or just before the show. I've probably spent a couple hours here just getting that up to there, and then just kind of said, okay, I'm at that close enough point I can put it on video. So that's it. So that's Grandmastering one of the crafting skills. I think it's probably the easier one out of all of them to do. It's not easy, but it's the easiest one. As I said, if you're gonna work on carpentry, I think your best bet is to go out, kill a lot, loot everything, and salvage your way up to 100. You know, between that and salvaging, you said I've got 190, and as you can tell, I've salvaged a lot. It's the cheapest thing to do. It's probably the quickest. Salvaging gets going really fast, but when you get to the end there, you could, if you are going to craft it, you're going to take the time and money to do it. I would suggest doing what I did with maple bindings because they require the least amount of resources to do. You don't have to do that. You could salvage your way all the way to GM as well. So that's it. If you got any questions about it, leave it in the comments on the video. Also, if you can, rate the video, thumbs up or thumbs down. Would be appreciated. Don't forget about the subscribing. And once again, this is Elena Strombo from SodaTutorials.com. You take care and have a good day.